Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Oh my gosh, it's gotten a little cooler. I came out here earlier and I had this hoodie on and I was like, just the same hoodie that I had on yesterday. And then I did wash today and I put this hoodie on because I thought it was gonna be freezing cold. And I came out here to get the mail, and I was talking to my neighbor. She's going through her garden and getting rid of some of the Halloween stuff, and she was telling me like what she's keeping and what she's getting rid of. But anyway, and I was like, it's kind of like warm out here. I don't really need this hoodie. And then I was filming videos in the bedroom, and I was like burning up upstairs. But when I was out here earlier, it was funny because one of our neighbors walked by, one of the standard poodle neighbors, and she goes, "Is it still summer? Are you going to the pool?" Because I've got on sweat shorts with my gray plastic Birkenstock sandals. And I was like, I think it's kind of nice outside. And she was like acting like she was shivering, but it doesn't feel like it's really that cold. Let's look and see what the, let's look and see the time and temperature. Hold on a second. So the temperature, or the time is 4:49 p.m. Let's see what the temperature is. Temperature is currently 60 degrees and partly cloudy. So it's not too cold outside, but I wouldn't say it's super warm either. My husband just texted me right before I started this, and he said he is on his way home. So he went to brunch with his friend today, and she and her husband are building a cabin in the woods, like as a second home. And so her husband took the kids to the cabin to go like see what was going on. So she and Alex went out to brunch today. And then after that, she wanted to go get a new purse. She wanted to look for a purse. And so they went to Louis Vuitton. And so Alex has been texting me stuff from Louis Vuitton. And he's like, "This is very dangerous." And I'm like, "You need to go." So he just texted me. I said, "Did you get anything?" He was like, "No." He was like, "No, I didn't get anything." It's like, okay. But he had a really good time. They went to this restaurant that he loves. He and all of his friends love this restaurant called Indianapolis. It's actually owned by the woman that owns Cafe Pas de Choux. Well, actually, they just sold all the Cafe Pas de Choux. I guess she sold them to like some big like corporate owner or something like that. And so I guess they're gonna franchise Cafe Pas de Choux. It's gonna be like nationwide now or something like that. So anyway, Cafe Pas de Choux coming to a location near you. But she's kind of like this local restaurateur. She and her daughter own several, well she does, and her daughter owns like one restaurant, but she owns like 4 or 5 different restaurants here in town, and Indianapolis is one of the restaurants that she owns. And it's like flatbread pizzas and stuff like that. I don't love it. Alex loves it. They have like apparently an extensive like wine list, which of course I would care less about. And then when you get there, they have like, they put like olives on the table, which I love olives, but they're like unpitted olives, and I don't know. It's like at the Fashion Mall up the street from us. So, I mean, it's a cute restaurant. I just am never like that wowed with the food. The pizza always tastes really salty to me. So, but Alex and his girlfriends love it. So they went to go eat brunch there, or lunch, and then they went shopping at Louis Vuitton and some other places. But Alex said he didn't get anything. So he is on his way home right now. I'm like, not even any Christmas presents? You didn't even get me any Christmas presents? He just put LOL. So he's on his way home right now. Actually, I hear a car coming down the street. This could be him. It is him. Hello? He just went like that. I texted him, I was like, I'm getting ready to start vlogging. So this is my very first cup of coffee for the day. Can you believe it? At 10 till 5. I've had no coffee yet today. My day did not necessarily go the way I had planned. So I woke up today. Well, I walked extensively last night. And so I'm feeling like really kind of like loosey-goosey today, in all honesty. Like I just feel like way relaxed, and there's tons of TV shows that I want to watch. And so I woke up today and I thought, I'm going to vlog really early, like I did the other day. And then I think, what was that? Was that yesterday that I just vlogged? I can't even remember what day it was. But anyways, I was like, I think I'm just going to vlog. And then that's like the only video that I'm going to do today, is I'm just going to vlog. But then I was like, I came downstairs, and that was when I went, like, got in the mail and stuff like that, was talking to my neighbor. And I was like in the kitchen, and I was like looking around. I had thought I would do like a haul on my Peter Does Stuff channel if I was going to do a video today, because I thought like the sheets came and stuff. My little fairy door for the tree came. And so I was like thinking about doing a haul, but like my sheets and my comforter didn't come. So I was like, well, I can wait to do that tomorrow or Monday. But I had my Shy Wolf candle subscription box for November. I love that subscription box. They always send like, there's like a crystal and a tarot card, and there's like a 3-page letter that like she types up that's like so inspirational. And then you get a candle, and then you get a sample candle. Remember I was doing the cider candle that burned out? This is a sample candle for this month, and it is mulberry. See, it says Shy Wolf, and it's mulberry in the bottom. Somebody said that they reached out to Shy Wolf and said that they bought candles or a subscription box or something. They commented on one of my videos and said they did it. I think it was on this vlog actually, because I had talked about it. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. They didn't reach out to me, but that's okay. I love it. I'm gonna renew my subscription to the subscription box, because it's $35 a month and I really enjoy getting it. If you guys have subscription boxes, I like different subscription boxes, like not ones that just have a bunch of samples and stuff like that. I feel like that's kind of a waste of money, but I like different kinds of sample box or subscription boxes that are like fun, you know, like that's why I wanted to do like the date with a book, but I'm just like, I wasn't that impressed with those. Do you know what I just realized was I like ordered one and I don't think I ever got it, the date with the, I'm gonna have to look to go through and look and see my order things. So then I also have moving my coffee around. The pumpkin candle I finally threw away because it was done. So I was going to keep it because I was like, this is a cute glass jar. I was like, you know, don't do that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that like my mom did. I mean, she wasn't a hoarder or anything like that, but she'd keep it and then she'd like carve out that then she'd use it. I was like, no, just throw it away. You can get a new pumpkin candle next year, something different, whatever. I'm in this phase where I've talked about this before. Caroline and I were actually talking about this on Wednesday. My mom was somebody that she would buy something and then she would never use it. She'd say, I'm saving it until later, I'm saving it until I'm older, I'm saving it until, you know, fall, I'm saving, and then she would never use it. When she passed away, my mom had clothes, bedding, all kind of candles, all kinds of gifts that she had bought for people that she had never used. And so, ooh, that candle smells so good, that mulberry candle. God, those Shy Wolf candles are strong. I really like them. Because I was like, I thought it was this, and I was like, no, it smells fruitier, so it's the mulberry candle. But my mom bought all this stuff, and then she never even used it. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, if I buy stuff, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. So, what was I talking about that? What was I talking about that? Candles? Oh, well, I don't know. But anyway, I like subscription boxes that are, this will put me back. Wiggle your toes and you'll remember, Peter. Especially if you wiggle your toes, it'll set off neurons in your brain. But like, I always like set stuff back and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this or whatever. Oh, the pumpkin. That's what I was talking about. So it's like, I like got the pumpkin down. I was like, well, you should save it. That's cute. You could use it as a decoration. I'm like, no, because I'm not going to use it as, I know that. I will not use an old candle as a decoration. I just won't. But I'm more likely to buy a new candle next year that's a pumpkin that I'll enjoy just as much. So I might as well do that. So this is the Autumn Bookshop candle. The candles that I have started in there, so like we keep all of our candles now. I cleaned out like where all the books were underneath the sink in the living room. We have like this little bar sink area. This is the Autumn Bookshop one. I think I showed it in a video. I cleaned out that whole area. So now I'm keeping my candles under there. Alex has his candles up there. Alex's candles are like candles that he made. Like there's like a candle making place here that he goes with his friends every once in a while. It was funny because we drove by there the other day and I was like, oh, that's the place that you go to make your candles. He was like, yeah. And I was like, I've never done that. And he was like, well, would you want to do that? I go, no. I mean, I like candles, but I don't really care to make my own. I would do it, but I don't. It's not like, you know, my top 100 bucket list things to do. Oh, and then the last candle that I brought out. So by that sink, this candle was actually, it has been out here before, and I took it inside when it got real cold. The Clean Theory Maven. I don't love the smell of this, but I'm not going to just like throw away a candle that could be used. So I have 3 candles burning right now, and I have my fresh cup of coffee. So I was standing in the kitchen. So I was standing in the kitchen. Share. So I was standing in the kitchen. I was standing in the kitchen and I was like looking at this box because I was looking at the stuff like for a haul, and I was like, do I have enough stuff to do a haul? But there was only like 3 things that had come so far. So I was like, well, because I was gonna, if enough stuff came, I was gonna maybe just do the candle subscription together. And I was like, just do the candle subscription separate. So I was like, okay, I'll do that one. Well, last night I finished in 2 days the September book for Peter's Book Club. We Used to Live Here. And so while it was like fresh in my head, I wanted to turn around and I wanted to do the video of We Used to Live Here. But last night I started the October book for Peter's Book Club. I'm like 5 minutes in. That's how far I'm in. But I know once I get into it, I won't remember the last one as well. The Night We Lost Him by Laura Dave. So I started that last night when I got done with the other one. And so I was like, I need to turn around and I need to do this booktube video. Because if I don't do the booktube video, then I'll forget like what I really felt about this book. And I've been talking to Nikki about it last night because she read it too and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, if you're only going to film one video, you're going to do the booktube video, you're going to do the, I was like, the candle box can wait till tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, like, you know, before the book club or right after or whatever. And so people are screaming and yelling up and down the street. So, Saturday night in Indiana. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm going to do the booktube video. So I went upstairs and I had already made the bed and stuff like that. And, oh, they're bike riding and all kinds of, oh, there's like 4 or 5 of them bike riding. Anyway, I know it sounded like they were 5, but they're not. It looks like they're like 14 or 15. But anyway, all having fun on a Saturday night. Probably go watch scary movies and order pizza and have popcorn and stuff like that. That kind of sounds fun, doesn't it? But anyway, maybe that's what we'll do tonight. Although I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm like walking so much, and like I weighed myself today, and I'm like, and I haven't been eating bad, and I'm like a little bit, I'm not like a pound, but I'm like 0.2 pounds up from where I was yesterday. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm so confused. We'll get to that in just a second. So anyway, I mean, I am drinking a ton of water, and I'm like walking a lot. Like, I walked for 2.5 hours last night. Exactly 2 hours and 30 minutes last night. Like, I like got to the mailbox, and I looked at the thing, and it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. I was like, oh my God. So, so I was like, okay, I'll do the booktube video. Well, I did the booktube video, and then I was like, well, why don't you do, if you're going to do, like Alex at that point, they were still at brunch. So I was like, why don't you just do a drama video? And I was like, I don't really, I want to do something that's kind of like fun and lighthearted. So I was like, why don't you do an AITA video, one of those MID a-hole videos? So I did that. And then I did the candle video. Then I was like, okay, Alex is going to be gone for a while then, so why don't you do a review video? So I did a review video. And then I was like, why don't you do a Peterisms video? Why don't you? And I was like, okay, just stop. You did 4 videos, the vlog will be 5. You weren't going to do anything. This is why, like, I have to, like, take an entire day off. Like, people are like, oh, I either have to take a whole day off, or because if I don't, then it's just like, once I start filming, I can't stop, because I have so much fun doing it, you know? So I stopped, and I didn't do a Peterisms video today, and I didn't do a Peter Watches TV video today. The next Peter Watches TV video I do will probably be The Real Murders of Elm Street, because that's the October true crime documentary that we're doing for, the book club tomorrow. And I like restarted it last night because I'd started a couple weeks ago and I wasn't really into it. So my day did not necessarily go as planned. I ended up filming 4 videos already. The drama video is already posted. I'm sure it's getting hundreds of thousands of views. I wish we'd get hundreds of thousands of views. And then the other videos, the review video is uploaded, but I haven't posted it. And then the candle video, the for Peter Does Stuff channel, and the review video, or no, the booktube video and the candle video are uploading right now inside. So I'll post all those 3 videos when I'm done with this. And then I don't know if I'm going to, hey, how are you? I don't know if I'm going to take a walk or not tonight. I'm kind of undecided about it. First of all, a nap is sounding really, really good. I am like living for my naps right now. I'm like, I like missed my naps so much. So last night, I got done vlogging. I got done early, didn't I? Because when I started walking last night, it was sunny out. Did I post it? Has it been 24 hours yet? I posted a picture of me. I was like over by Sarah's house when hold on, how do I do this? I was over by Sarah's house when I posted this. Oh, it's still lit. It's me. Oh, Peanut the squirrel. I heard my husband just open a Coke in the kitchen. He's like so obsessed with the Cokes right now. I'm like, what is going on? Did you hear him? Did you hear the can open in the kitchen? So last night when I got done with the vlog, I like waited for it to render and I was talking to Alex and stuff like that. And then I got changed. I was really excited about my walk last night because I was really into that book, We Used to Live Here. Like I'd started it the night before and I was like, okay, I'm really excited to walk and listen to this thriller and it's supposed to be really, really good. It was okay. I was really into it when I listened to it. The end of it ruined it for me, if you want to know the truth. So I started walking and I walked and I walked all these places that I had already walked before, but I just did it in a completely different pattern than I usually do it. And so I walked around our neighborhood But then I usually loop back here, and then I go down to the pool, and then I go around, and then I come back around, and sometimes I go out the back gate, sometimes I go out the front gate. But last night, I went out the front gate, and then I walked all the way up that street, and then I walked over, and then I crossed, like, the main road, and I walked into Sarah's neighborhood. So Alex's friend Sarah lives, like, 5 minutes from us in a car. Well, probably 3 minutes in a car. But, like, a walk, it's, like... Actually, she's like 30 or 40 minutes from here for a walk. Because I was like, I kind of looked at the time last night. If you go in and out of the street, you could probably get there in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, as if you just like straight walked over there. But the way I walked last night was like 40 minutes. And the neighborhood she lives in, there's like all these different streets that go in and out. It looks very much like Halloween, okay? It's like all these like families that live in there. Our family friends, the one that we go out to lunch with, Caroline and I, they used to live there when their 3 daughters were like growing up. Their 3 daughters are older than me and Caroline, but they used to live in that neighborhood. And so like Caroline has a lot of friends that live in the neighborhood. It's literally like 1 street over from where Caroline lived, but it's like a completely different neighborhood. And so I walked all in and out of all those streets last night. And then when I came back over that main road, because I didn't want to be like walking over there while it was dark and stuff, because it's kind of far away. When so I was like, as it started getting dark, I was like, okay, I'm going to come back into this neighborhood. And I did, and I walked in and out of these streets. Not this neighborhood, but outside of here, in and out, up and down, up and down. And I looked, and it was like, it'd been like an hour and 45 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, how has it been so long already? And so I kept on walking, and I kept on walking. And I was like, I came back, and I had like 15 minutes left of the book or something like that. And so I went inside, and I talked to Alex for a second. And then I was like, I want to finish this book. So I finished the book, and then I started the Laura Dave one, but I've only listened to like 5 minutes of it, so I'll probably restart it. 2.5 hours. All right, girl. I could have walked for like 3 hours, 4 hours last night. I mean, I was like, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom either. I was kind of surprised. Now my legs are getting kind of cold, but I had a really, really good time walking last night. It's kind of sad sometimes because like when I'm walking, like so many people in these neighborhoods, that mulberry candle, it smells so good. But as I'm walking, there's so many like people that are walking their dogs. I passed so many people when I was walking yesterday because I was walking earlier. There's so many people that are walking their dogs, and then there's so many people that they're like they have those invisible fences, and so their dogs are like just standing in the yard. And when you walk by, they like bark and stuff like that. And even if the dog didn't look like Boo Radley, it like really reminded me of Boo Radley. That was kind of hard last night, but just seeing other people like walking their dogs, being with their dogs. I mean, I never walked Boo Radley. He couldn't stand to walk on a leash. But just seeing, you know, other people's little dogs like run around in the yard and stuff like that, it just was hard. Each day it gets a little bit better, a little bit easier, but... So I came back from my walk, and then... Did Alex and I watch something last night? No, because we were already caught up on all of our shows. Oh, so I came home, and he was in bed, like all snuggled up, and, why do I feel like... Am I getting my days confused? Was he gone when I left last night, walking somewhere? Look at my text messages from him. No, sending these pictures. That's Thursday, Friday, yesterday. Oh, he was stuck in the car wash. I was talking about that. Oh, he did. He went to dinner last night with his girlfriend. Was I still vlogging when he did that? He wasn't gone very long because at 6:39 he texted me and said on his way home. Oh, he said he left there. He left about 4. Was I still vlogging when he left to go to have dinner with his girlfriend last night? So I had been talking about that. So he must not have been home when I went to go for my walk last night. I'm getting it confused with another night. No, because I texted him and I said I'm still walking when he said he's on his way home. I always take my reading glasses with me when I walk. Yeah, because I texted him and I said, I think I said still walking. Oh, yeah, because at 6:39 he texted me on my way home. And I said, okay, babe, still walking. He said, look at you. And today he went and got an IV. Because I texted him, I was like, how was your IV? And he was like, good, at the mall now, waiting on his friend. And then he said that they were going to Indianapolis, and now she wants to go to LV to get a purse, haha. And then he sent me a picture of her with the purse. And then he sent me this jacket that he was looking at Louis Vuitton. That's $2,000. So it must have been another night I was thinking about, because last night when I started walking, he was gone. And but then that's what I'm thinking of. When I got home from my walk, he was like all like bundled up in the bed, and so we were talking because I was like turned on the shower, because I was like, just come in and like just take a shower right away and get in comfy clothes. And so I said, is there something that you want? He was just like watching TikToks. Oh my god, I wrote this song last night about the TikToks. Oh shoot. Something about, are the TikToks ticking? Because when I was downstairs, I got laughing so hard. Okay, so I took well, anyway. So I wrote this song when I was downstairs, because he was upstairs listening to TikToks while I was watching my shows. And I was like, are the TikToks ticking? Are they ticking? And he just thought it was the stupidest thing. But anyway, so when I came home, he was upstairs, and he was like all cuddled in bed and all that kind of stuff. And he was looking at TikToks. So I went upstairs, and I like turned on the shower. And then I was like, oh, no. Why am I getting these days confused? Because I vlog every single day and I can't remember what happened 24 hours ago. I came home and I came inside and I was like, hey, what are you doing? He was like, I'm looking at TikToks. And I said, okay, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to finish this book. That's when I came out here and I finished this book and I made some water. I've been drinking a ton of water. It's interesting because like Alex's aunt and uncle got me this like plastic bottle. It's literally like just, I mean, it's just a very plain plastic bottle, but it's the one that I use almost every single day. So I sat out here and I finished that book. I started the Laura Dave one, and that's when I went inside and I turned on the shower and I was talking to him for a second. And he was asking me like how my walk was. And I was telling him I finished this book, and he could care less about the book, you know? And then he was telling me about his dinner and that he had a good time and they caught up and all that kind of stuff. And then I said, well, I'm going to take a shower and then I'm going to go downstairs. I have 2 episodes of Golden Bachelorette to watch. I said, was there something that you wanted to watch, like a movie? And he was like, no, I'm just going to lay in here and watch TikToks. I'm probably going to go to bed early. And I said, okay. And I said, well, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to watch 2 episodes of Golden Bachelorette, and then I'm going to probably take a nap unless you want to watch something. He was like, well, we can watch something tomorrow night if you want. And he was like, I'm kind of like in bed for the night. And I was like, okay. So I took a shower, used all my native products. I'm almost out of those native products. So some people said they love the candy cane. Other people said they love the sugar cookies. I feel like I don't want to order them online because I want to smell them in person. I talked about them and somebody said that when you buy it at Target, it smells different than the deodorant, that it works different than if you buy it at like online. It can't work that different. I'm just gonna tell you now. And I don't need so many people have told me like native deodorant is great, but you have to like wait for it to work. And I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't waiting for it to work. So I'm not waiting 2 weeks for deodorant to work. Okay, that means you stink for 2 weeks. No, I'm not doing that. I don't care how fantastic that deodorant is. My deodorant that I bought in Degree and Old Spice and all those, they work the minute you put it on. I'm not waiting no 2 weeks for no deodorant. I don't care how good it works and how good it smells. So anyway, but the next time I'm out, I'm going to go and I'm going to look at the native products probably at Target or, you know, Walmart or something like that. But anyway, so then I came downstairs after I took my shower, put all my native products on, put comfy pajamas on, and I did that was when I did a load of wash. And then I came downstairs and I watched back to back the last 2 episodes of The Golden Bachelor. Which a lot of the stuff that I talked about in The Golden Bachelor yesterday is completely null and void because now it's down to the final 2. So the episode from last week was the 3 guys and the fantasy suites. I kind of really like how she handled it. So she said, okay, so the fantasy suites, if you ever watch Bachelor and Bachelorette, is basically where they do it. Okay, they go on a date, like a day date, and then they go on a night date, and then on the night date, they get a card, and then the card says you can go to the fantasy suites, and that's basically where they do it. But what she said, but they don't say that. But what she said, she was like, I don't want to be intimate with somebody until like I've chosen my final person. On The Golden Bachelor, they never really addressed it. They just have fantasy suites. But I love that she did it this way. But what was shady about it, kind of, was that she said it to each of the guys, but Chalk made it, like they asked Chalk, like, how do the fantasy suites go? And he's like, well, that's between she and I. When she had made it very clear that she wasn't going to do anything physical, unless she did with only him, and then she had picked her guy, and like, unless that's what he was insinuating. I don't know. There's this guy that follows, I can't remember his name is, Cincinnati Joe or Pete or something like that. And his website's completely dedicated to Bachelor Nation. I mean, I could go on there right now and be like, somebody said those weren't chickens yesterday because they have chickens. I mean, I knew they weren't chickens. It's not like we have random chickens in our neighborhood. But that cracked me up. I would love to have some chickens. But then I would want to name them, and I get so attached to them and stuff like that. See, now I want to look. I want to see who she picks. He's like 99% right. Who? Oh, and I kept on saying Gil on the vlog yesterday. It's not Gil, it's Guy. I don't know how I got that wrong. But anyway, so it was down to the final three. But basically, one of the guys, if you haven't watched it, I don't want to ruin it for you, like I haven't already, but one of the guys, Pascal, he's just like, I'm out. Like, I'm not where you are yet, is what he says, which I think is so interesting. You go on a show, okay, a dating show that is designed for you to get engaged at the end, okay, and then you get to the end, and you're one of the final three guys, and you say you're not where she is, which means you're not ready to get engaged yet, which means you should, when it was down to the final four, maybe you should have given the other person another chance and said, I'm not ready yet. So I'm not going to go to Fiji. You let one of these other guys go to Fiji. I think that would have been a nicer thing to do. They play it off so much differently on like the regular Bachelor and Bachelorette seasons. I mean, those people are always assholes, but like on the Golden Bachelorette and Golden Bachelor, they make it like so nice. I just know she picks chalk. She said on there to her friend, Nancy, I think that was on the Golden Bachelor, she says, because she happens to just be on this cruise too. They like flew her out there to be her friend. She said, but I kind of feel like chalk is too good to be true. I think she should pick Guy. But who? I won't tell you who it is, okay? Who does? But you can Google it if you want to. The Golden Bachelorette pick. Cincinnati, who does Joan pick on the Golden Bachelors? Fans have theories. Well, there's a guy that has a, what's his name? Well-known insider, Steve Carbone. This is from 2 days ago. The Golden Bachelorette. Who is Joan's rumored final pick? Let's see. Well-known, I will not read to you who the pick is. Well-known insider Steve Carbone, known widely as Reality Steve, that's his name, has reported Reality Steve's reporting tracks significant changes in the season's conclusion. Well, next week's the finale. I won't tell you who she picks. You'll have to wait, unless you want to Google it too. I love the Google so much. So I watched those 2 episodes, and by then, okay, so when I take these long walks, like I am so, like I said, loosey-goosey. Like I can take a hot shower, lotion up. Last night I was lighting candles, lit a candle in the bathroom, and I was so just like relaxed. And so I came downstairs, and I made a cup of tea, and I was drinking tea and water, and I was sitting there watching it, and I was about to fall asleep in that chair. So I came upstairs, and I told Alex, I was like, I have got to lay down and take a nap. And he was like, okay. And so I was laying there, and I think it was like 10:30, and I set my alarm for like 12:15 because I wanted to get up and watch a bunch of shows. And so I just like sunk down low in this chair, but I'm so comfortable right now. So I was like, I'm going to lay down for a little bit. And he goes, okay. So he's looking at TikToks, and all of a sudden I was like just laying there like looking at him. Well, I was like facing him, but my eyes were closed. And I heard him like moving around, and I looked, and he was like plugging in his phone. I go, because I have like the thing where you just, I don't know why. I've offered to buy him one of these, and he will not get one. But it's the Apple charger where you just stick your phone to it. Oh my God. If you guys, you want to not talk about a good Christmas present, it's this magnet, okay? So it's like this round magnet, and then it like has this thing, and you can charge stuff on there like AirPods, but you can also charge, like you just put, it's like a magnet that holds your phone. So like when I'm laying there in bed, I can just like hit my phone and see what time it is and stuff like that. I swear by this thing. You guys, if you're looking for a good Christmas present for somebody that's kind of technological but not really like me, I swear by this thing. I love it. But Alex doesn't want one. So anyway, he was plugging in his phone. I go, what are you doing? It was like, at that point, it was like 10:45. He goes, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm really tired. I go, you're that tired? He goes, yeah. I go, you're so tired so early. So he just started laughing. But anyway, so he went to bed. I slept until like 12:15. My naps, I am sleeping. Well, it has to be from the walk-in. It has to be. But my naps, and last night, like when I went to bed, it didn't take me that long to fall asleep last night. I am like deep sleeping. Like, I mean, I woke up from my nap and I was like, did I just sleep 16 hours? Like, I slept so deep. So I got up from my nap, and it's kind of weird when I get up from my nap. So because when I get up from my naps before, like my first thing would always be like, wash my face, brush my teeth, you know, put on my clothes, and then like take Boo Radley out, get him a treat, get him back into bed. And so it's kind of weird when I get up from my nap, and then I don't do that anymore because he's not around. And like at first I'm kind of like, oh, I should take Boo Radley out, but I don't even finish that thought anymore, you know? So it's kind of weird. The camera stopped. It's kind of weird thinking, like going through that thought process, you know? It's like when my mom passed away, I can remember like wanting to call my mom about something and be like, well, she's not here anymore, you know? I think the phone is one of the hardest things with grief with people that we don't talk about, you know? It's like wanting to pick up that phone and tell somebody, and not even something really that important, just something random, like, oh, I tried this new soda today, you know, or, oh, did you hear that this movie is coming out? It's like you don't have that person to call anymore. It's so weird, you know, at first when it hits you. So anyway, I got up from my nap, and then now I'm getting all these days confused. I got to go back and think. So I got up, and I talked to Nikki on the phone for a little bit last night. Talked to Tanya for a little bit. Talked to Tanya first. Then I talked to Nikki for a little bit because Tanya texted me, and she was like, while I was taking my nap, and I texted her. Hold on a second. She texted me, and she said, "You up, crazy?" I guess I got up at 12:40 and came downstairs because she texted me that 10:51. I said I just woke up. I was taking a nap. And so I talked to Tanya, and then I talked to Nikki. And then I was like, at that point, it was kind of late. And so I was like, it was like 2 o'clock, and I was like, I've got to watch. If I'm going to watch something, I'm going to watch something. Well, I really wanted to watch Matlock and Elsbeth. But I had The Real Murders of Elm Street to watch because that's the true crime documentary that we picked to cover for tomorrow for the True Crime Book Club live stream. So a couple weeks ago, it was before Halloween, Nikki and I were talking one night, and we were both going to start it that night. And we did, and I just was like, she ended up, I guess, watching 4 episodes of it. But I started watching it, and I got like, I don't even know. Who is he talking to? He's turned on the kitchen light. Look. I dropped the camera when I was like holding it to show you guys Alex. But anyway, so I was like, okay, I've got to get into this Real Murders of Elm Street. Like, I've got to, like, get into it, you know? And so I went in, and I can't remember, like, I think I was at, like, I think I'd watched, like, 15 or 20 minutes. I did not remember it at all. Like, when I turned it on, I was, like, watching it. I thought I'd pick up and be like, oh, yeah, I totally remember what I was watching. I don't know. Must have been playing solitaire or something because I didn't have any clue what was going on. All I remembered about it was I didn't like it. I didn't like The Real Murders of Elm Street. I thought they were cheesy and whatever, right? And I remember Nikki and I texting while we were watching. I was like, this is so corny. I can't watch this. And that was why I ended up watching something else. I don't even remember what I watched that night. So anyway, I was like, I restarted it from episode 1 because I wanted to be able to talk about it tomorrow, right? And I also am going to turn around and make a video about it when I finish it, probably tomorrow. If I finish it tonight, probably tomorrow or Monday, I'll turn around and make a video about it. So I started watching it. I mean, I was like paying like heavy attention to it. And so I made a cup of coffee, because I had tea earlier, and so I wanted to be like up and whatever. So I made a cup of coffee, and I was like really paying attention to it. And it is so good, you guys. It is so, I can't believe I don't know what I was doing before. I must not have been paying any attention to it, because I don't think I got that, it was like, it was like at the 15-minute mark, but I don't even remember any of it when I watched it before. So I must have been playing solitaire or something. But like, I was like so in it. So the first one is about this guy that comes home, and his wife, who's pregnant, and his 2 kids have been murdered. And they speculate that it's like this teenager in town. I can't remember when it happened. It happened in like, they're all back and forth. So I watched the first 4 last night. I've got 2 more to watch. It's 6 episodes total. They jump back and forth. Like, that one might have been like 2005 or 2003, but it feels like it was a lot earlier than that. Maybe it was 1987 or something. I don't know. But then it's about another family, and this guy, this teenager, had gone on one ice cream date, the same episode. He had gone on one ice cream date with, I think it took place in Massachusetts, one ice cream date with this girl. Well, then he was like hiding in their house. And so their mother had passed away, and so these 2 sisters were like doing the Ouija board, and they would hear like tapping on the walls and stuff. Well, it was him, because he was like living in the basement in this crawl space. And they thought that it was like their mom, like talking to them through the Ouija board. And then like he tried to attack the dad and kill the dad. I mean, you guys, it was crazy. It was like this like manhunt, like across state lines. Well, not, I think it was all through the state, like in the woods and stuff like that. The first episode was great. Each one of them were so good. After the first one, I was like hooked. Because I texted Nikki at the beginning of it because she was watching something else. I think she was watching House of Villains. And I said, I'm starting this. And she was like, where were you at in the last episode? I said, I restarted it. And I said, watch, I'm going to end up loving it. And so I was like halfway through it. And she texted me and she goes, what do you think? And I said, it's really good. Like, I'm really surprised. And she just was like, LOL. And so I just was like, I was blown away. They were all, well, I have to go in here and tell you, like, I remember the last episode that I watched, the fourth one, was about this guy in Cincinnati that was like a would-be rapper that ended up getting killed and put in a trash can. That was the last one that I watched. That one was really, really sad. But I will tell you, it takes a lot for me to be scared by true crime, and I was really scared watching this. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm on the fifth one, on Real Murders on Elm Street. Okay, more info. So the first one is Killer on the Walls. The second one is And We Have Serial Killers. Inside a burning house, firefighters find the bodies of a male and female. Okay, impaled with swords. That one was really, really scary too. So it was about this mother, and she owned this house, and her youngest son lived in it. And then there was like a renter that lived there as well. Well, somebody saw the house burning, and like, so I think that one took place in Spokane, Washington. And so they saw the house burning and they reported it to the police. Well, when the police got there, they found 2 bodies inside, and there was like massive blood and all this kind of stuff. It was so sad. And it was really crazy what had happened. I don't want to ruin them for anybody in case anybody wants to watch them. First of all, they really pay homage to the victim, every single one of them. Like, they really like interview people that knew the victims very well. The families are interviewed. So it's like really respectful of the victim. But then it goes in and it's like, it's really interesting to watch it because you don't really watch this with true crime. Like, the detectives will be like, they'll have a lead and then they'll say, just turn the light off. They'll have a lead and then they'll be like, oh, we thought it was this, but we were completely wrong and that person was cleared. And so they'll clear like 3 or 4 people. So they take you through the entire investigation. And each episode's only like 45 minutes. It's really interesting. Hold on a second. So that was the second one. That one's really sad. The third one is called Wheel of Punishment. Investigators in California discover a bloody quadruple... Okay, involving the occult. This one was really, really weird. It was about like 4 people were murdered in this house. I think this is the one that took place in 1990 because I was like, the ages of all the people that were killed were completely different. And then like his son and daughter, or his daughter and grandson were like interviewed, the one guy that was killed. And, but it was like because he had a beef with these other people and he used to live at this one place, and these people, like, they would have this wheel and like you had to like grab the wheel like when he threw it to you, and wherever your thumb landed you had to do, and it was like really sadistic shit. It was like... I cussed over. It was really sadistic stuff. It was bad. That one was really, really interesting. They were all sad. And then the fourth one was about the guy from Cincinnati. Cruel Intention. Cincinnati, Ohio detectives discover the body of a young man hidden inside a trash can. That one was really, really sad. Because he just got messed up with the wrong people. It was just really sad. And then the last 2 that I haven't watched yet is called What Lies Beneath. You know what I just realized? Are they all named after movies? No. Maybe? Cruel Intentions, What Lies Beneath, Halloween Horror. Minnesota police must determine truth from madness to solve the murder of 2 teens. I can't read the rest of it. And then the last one, Halloween Horror. Real Halloween murder on Elm Street in Greenville, Ohio terrifies the community. This is really, really good. I will say this. Okay, like the first guy, they try to tie the Elm Street stuff in it. This is what happens. Every single one of them is a murder that takes place on an Elm Street somewhere in the United States. But that's really the only it's period, the end of story, that the connections the murderers have to each other is that they just happened on Elm Street. But what's weird is that the first case, the guy, there was like 7 incidences of Elm Street within his story. Like, he lived on Elm Street. The people that and they were different Elm Streets. Like, the person that he murdered they lived on Elm Street. He was like arrested on Elm Street. Like, the detention center was on Elm Street. The police department was on Elm Street. It was like so weird. Like, the guy was like, there was like 7 incidences of Elm Street in his report. But like, other than that, they don't have anything to do with like Freddy Krueger. They do mention, like, the one guy says something about, it's weird because it's the one in California, and he says when we walked in, it was like you thought Freddy Krueger was going to come out of the wall, and I didn't even know what he meant. And they don't really explain it. So it was like, were you told to say that because it was on Elm Street? I don't know. It was just like, it was weird. But anyway, but I watched those 4 last night, and then I was gonna watch Elsbeth, but it was getting so late at that point that I was like, okay, just go to bed. And I kind of at that point too thought that maybe I would just like vlog today, that I wouldn't film a bunch of videos. And so I was like, if I sleep in late tomorrow, I sleep in late tomorrow, and I just enjoy my day and blah blah blah, whatever. But so I went to bed after that. But I have to tell you what's so weird is usually when I watch true crime, like, those are the cases of true crime that I really enjoy. Like, this guy is like walking so strange down the street. He's walking right down the middle of the street, and he has on like dress pants and like a very serious coat. Now he's walking backwards, like this older gentleman. What's going on? He's like walking backwards and looking behind him. I hope he's okay. I mean, he looks okay. He's got his hands in his pockets and stuff like that. We'll see. He'll probably walk by here in a second. Those are the kinds of true crime cases that I really like to watch or read about when they're cases that I don't really know much about at all. Can you guys believe it's getting so dark out here so early? Like, this is crazy. Those are the true crime cases that I really like to read about and watch, where I don't really know much about them, and they take place in small towns and stuff. Like, not that Spokane, Washington's a small town, but it's like kind of small town, like murder mysteries. Like, those are the ones that I like to watch. But when I got done with it last night, like, I was like checking everything in the house, checking the locks, all that kind of stuff. You know, I was a little scared last night going to bed. It was weird. And even when I got into bed, I was kind of like a little like weird about, I don't know, especially watching the first one where the guy was like hiding in the walls, and like he was removing like light switches and stuff so we could look through the light switches at people, like the girls in the rooms and the houses and stuff like that. So that kind of like really like freaked me out. It takes a lot to like scare me with true crime, so I was kind of surprised about that, but it was really good. So tonight, Alex and I will probably watch some kind of movie. I don't know what we'll watch. He's really into like romance comedy, like rom-coms right now. I'm not at all. So we're gonna have to kind of like meet in the middle. He picked the last movie, which was, I mean, we don't go back and forth. Like, he can pick out whatever he wants, and I'll watch just about anything. But he picked that Time Cut. And, what was... When I say this, I know I'll get 10 comments. The movie that I told Tia that I was going to watch 4 months ago. Maybe we should watch that tonight. Alex is a hard sell on movies. That's the thing, right? Like, and like all like the Marvel and DC Comics movies, like even if I sat down and I said I wanted to watch them with him, I would ask so many questions that would drive him crazy. So he just likes to watch those alone. He doesn't love horror movies anymore. Mystery thrillers he likes, but they have to be kind of like a little bit different. So we watched that Time Cut. Somebody on here said that they liked it. I liked it too. I thought it was totally corny, but I liked it. It kept my attention. He thought it was cheesy, but he picked it. I'd like to watch Trap. Damsel was the movie. Well, I'll have him look at it and see what he says. It'll be up to, we'll let Alex decide. So we'll watch that. And then tonight I have weekly TV. Oh, I haven't watched Found yet. I have to change my thing on here. I'm 4 out of 6 on the Real Murders on Elm Street. So I've got to watch Found tonight and then finish the Real Murders on Elm Street. And then after that, I'll go back to, I think I'll probably get caught up on Matlock and then go back and watch Elsbeth is what I'll do. And then when I was looking at Netflix last night, there were like a bunch of new shows that came out on Netflix that I like wanted to watch. Hold on a second. Does anybody watch Outer Banks? That just does not seem like the kind of show. Jake Paul. This fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, is anybody even gonna like really watch? Who'd care? I think Jake Paul. Ugh. Investigation Alien. Okay, this is 6 episodes. Investigative reporter George Knapp meets people who've seen UFOs and have evidence in this chilling docuseries that probes non-human intelligence. I really want to watch that. That's number 4. I'll probably watch that this weekend. But it better be good, because I'm tired of this stuff that's stupid. Why is Gossip Girl number 10? Oh, because they must have just recently added it. Oh, look, the Christmas movie is number 1. Meet Me Next Christmas. Jennifer Aniston, she's pretty, but she's had the same hairdo. She's in this movie called Just Go With It from 2011 with Adam Sandler. She's had the same hairdo forever. Martha, has anybody watched that movie about Martha Stewart? I have to be honest with you, I really don't have any desire. A thriving career, beautiful home, a successful husband. Like, life looked perfect for Martha Stewart, but did that perfection come at a cost? Obviously. She doesn't really interest me. Harold and the Purple Crayon. Harold can draw anything into existence in his magical story. No, thank you. Time Cut, that's what we watch that. Let Go, I read about that last night. Oh, Sing, I love that movie. Is this Sing 2? 2016. What's this? Sing. Why won't it hit on that one? Sing the Thriller. What's that? Sing Thriller. Ooh, I might have to watch that. We watched Sing when we were in Cancun. I loved that. And The Infiltrator with Bryan Cranston. Does it feel like he does, all of his movies are exactly the same? I feel like every movie that he does and everything he does. Oh, this is what Nikki was asking me about last night. Don't Come Home. Have you guys heard about this? Has anybody watched this? It's a new series. At her family's old mansion, a mother hides with her daughter to break free of her troubled life in the city. But what she finds there may be even worse. And it's 6 episodes. I want to watch that too. Is it 6 episodes or 5? 6. I want to watch that too. That looks really good. And I also want to watch Escape of Dannemora. I guess it came out in 2018. Oh, it's got Patricia Arquette in it. I didn't know it. I love her. And Benicio del Toro, I love him too. At a correctional facility in northern New York State, a seamstress becomes enthralled with 2 inmates and helps them in their attempt to break out. Oh god, that looks so good. I also want to watch Prison Break. I think that might be one of the next shows that I binge watch. Oh, The Whale is on here. Have you guys ever seen The Whale? It is so good, that movie. What is Predestination with Ethan Hawke? Member of an elite group of time-traveling agents? No. Okay, so I'm on this like Halloween movie like Facebook group, and they were talking, somebody asked, like, I know there's all these different Halloween movies, but does anybody know about Thanksgiving movies? And somebody said, what did I just do? Did I just pause something? What did I just do? Just said I paused something. I don't know what I paused. I hope I didn't. But somebody said, have you seen Thanksgiving? Like, it's really, really good. I didn't even know there was a horror movie called Thanksgiving, but here it is on Netflix. 1 year after a Black Friday tragedy, a ruthless killer stalks Plymouth, Massachusetts to exact bloody revenge, one complicit resident at a time. Is that Patrick Dempsey in it? Oh, it is Patrick Dempsey in it. And Addison Rae, the TikTok star girl? Who knew? I didn't even know she was an actress. Okay. I don't know anything about Addison Rae. I could care less. I thought Patrick Dempsey, like, oh my god, that movie Can't Buy Me Love. I thought he was so cute. You guys remember that? See, all these true crimes I've seen already. The Cecil, what is Frozen Ground? An Alaska State trooper pursuing a serial killer teams with a 17-year-old girl who escaped the predator's clutches. Has anybody seen that with Nicolas Cage? That looks good. Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, Vanessa Hudgens. Why does that movie sound familiar to me? The Sons of Sam. What is that? A Descent into Darkness. Oh, it looks like I started it and I didn't finish it. Griselda. Alex loved that. Anyway, I've got so many shows to watch tonight. I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited about my TV watching tonight. So I don't know if I'm going to walk tonight or not. We'll see. We will see. Let's look at some of the comments tonight. The comments. Somebody said American Idol, Survivor, Big Brother, The Amazing Race, The Bachelor or Bachelorette. They all need to go. No! American Idol, I don't really care about. Big Brother or Survivor, I love Survivor. It's so good. This season's good. Big Brother, I love. The Amazing Race, I love. The Bachelor and Bachelorette, I don't really care if they go or not, but I'll still watch them. Cauliflower said, don't be worried about hurricane season as far as Aruba. They don't typically hit there. Well, that was one of the reasons why we were looking at Aruba, because it was so far south. They go to the north. Aruba was the most relaxing vacation I've ever had. Try to stay where the low rises are, less people. Indy Moon said, listen, Linda, we all love you. Aw, thank you. We need a rant video with cuss words. What should I do a rant video about? I was thinking about that today. I was like, it's been forever since I did a rant video. I'm more than willing to do a rant video. Let me know what you want me to do a rant video about. Tanette said, hi, Peter. Hi, Tanette. How are you? Cauliflower said, okay, I finally emailed you about genealogy stuff. Be sure to check. I did not get that email. Oh, no, wait. You did. I don't think I've checked my emails in the last couple hours. Cauliflower, you are leaving so many comments about the weather, the rain. Robin said, oh, hey, Robin. I went to Aruba last year the first week of December, and it was amazing. Well, then maybe that would be a choice for us. We'll have to think about that. Come with me to Bora Bora, said Morgan in January. God, I wish. So they go to, was it Fiji? Tahiti? Where did they go? In Golden Bachelor. It looked gorgeous. Do you guys see the candlelight? So cozy, isn't it? Kat said, Peter, I don't know how long of a flight it would be, but y'all should go to a spa in Sedona, Arizona. I know that doesn't sound like a cheap trip, but I agree with Caroline. You only live once, so enjoy it, and y'all need it right now. Okay, that's not a trip that Alex would love. We've talked about doing Sedona, Arizona before. And when I flew out there to visit Mel the last time, I actually was, like, when I was in the airport, I was talking to this woman, and she had done, like, this, she went by herself to Sedona. So you fly to Phoenix. It's not really that long of a flight. I think it's like 3 hours, 4 hours max. 3 hours, I think. And then so you fly to Phoenix, and then you drive from Phoenix to Sedona, which I think is a couple hours. I would do it, but I don't think Alex would have any desire to do it. But if I was going to take a trip right now, like, I don't want to go to a spa. Like, I want to be on a beach somewhere. Alejandro said, I love your relationship with your neighbors. It's really nice how y'all care about each other. We have the most amazing neighbors ever. One of my neighbors, her dad just passed away. And so I was talking to her last night, and I was like, whatever you need. And she's like, are you serious about that? Because, like, I may ask you. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Whatever you need. You know, if you've got to, like, while you're gone, like, you know, taking care of stuff, like, let me know. I can take care of your house and whatever. And she's like, okay, I'm going to let you know. She's so sweet. I mean, everybody here in the neighborhood is so sweet, you know? I wouldn't say everybody, but the people that I know, I really, very rarely do I ever encounter anybody that's, like, super rude. And if I do, like, if I get to know them a little bit better, then it's just kind of like, you know, I'm somebody that has my entire life not given great first impressions because I'm so socially awkward, that I also realize that other people don't necessarily give great first impressions. So most of the people in here that, like, before I didn't really know or whatever, like, I've gotten to know them, and we get along really well, you know? Carved pumpkins are, oh, I talked about carving pumpkins. Adriana said, when I said candy cane, she said, I love when Peter says that so much. I rewinded that a few times. Candy cane. Candy cane. I think I picked that movie for Peter's Movie Club, and it wasn't as good as I remember it being. I can't remember what I said, but Tamara said, girl, I'm picking Hawaii for y'all. You get time back on the travel. No, arguing. This is the trip. Thank me later. That's an expensive trip from Indiana. Okay, I mean, that's Alex's bucket list is Hawaii. Like, it's on his top 10. But that's a lot, and that's not a 4-day trip to Hawaii. Marky said, come to Salem, Massachusetts. I want to go on a beach. I would love to go to Salem, Massachusetts. But if I was going to go to Salem, Massachusetts, I would have done it a month ago before Halloween. Kelly said, Peter, come to Florida. The weather is beautiful here right now. I mean, it's, what part of Florida, though? I mean, it's all kinds of parts of Florida. Somebody else in here said Florida's not pretty right now, which was interesting that they're in Florida. Paige said, last night was my birthday and I had my family go see Smile. Oh, I heard Smile 2 is really good. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Have you seen it yet? I haven't seen Smile 1 yet. But happy birthday to you, Paige. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday. Trip. Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. That would be an option. Peter, what is your opinion on Charles from The Golden Bachelorette? He's been my favorite. So sad they didn't show more of him. Didn't show more of him. Well, I thought it was interesting, if you watch this week's episode, which was like all the men talk, that Jordan, who made the Final Four, he didn't get interviewed by Jesse, but Charles got interviewed by Jesse. I thought, and they didn't ask Jordan one question. I thought that was so interesting. My gut is telling me that Jordan's going to be the next Golden Bachelorette, or Golden Bachelor. When I read online, like, apparently Mark, I would love if Mark was the next Golden Bachelor, but apparently he's dating some actress that was on One Tree Hill. So they're saying but he has said he wouldn't rule it out. People are begging for Charles to be the next Golden Bachelor. I don't know that I think Charles is very sweet. He's very endearing. He's a really, really nice guy. I mean, he's such a sweet guy, right? I don't know that I think that he's Golden Bachelor material. I thought it was interesting they did not ask Jordan one question in the reunion of the guys. I mean, they asked everybody at least one question, and a lot of people got a lot of attention. Jordan, they didn't ask one question. They didn't show one clip about him. I thought it was really, really weird. Unless he's done something to piss off the franchise, and we don't know about that. But they didn't ask him one. I mean, he made the Final Four. They didn't ask him anything. They interviewed Pascal. They interviewed several of the guys. Like, had them up on the couch and interviewed him. I like Charles. I really, really like Charles. I think Charles, like, when he got up there and he got interviewed and he talked about different stuff, I really like Jonathan, too. I think Jonathan would make a fantastic Golden Bachelor. And I think it's going to be Jordan or Jonathan. I don't know. They interviewed Jonathan first. I have a feeling they were really kind of, like, testing the waters to see how people felt about him. I think Jonathan might be the next Golden Bachelor. It's going to be Jonathan or Jordan, I think. Those are my guesses. I would love if it was Mark, but I don't think, because Mark is Kelsey's dad. And Joey was there, which is Kelsey's fiance he was the last Bachelor. I think to keep it in the Bachelor Nation family, Mark would be great, but I don't know that I think that that's going to happen. I think Pascal didn't want to be on the show anymore. He wasn't in love with Joan. So for them to cast him, I think that would be a bad choice. I think whoever doesn't make the final one, which I already know who that is, I think would make a great Bachelor. I like Charles. I thought it was really sweet. I thought the things he said and what he learned from the show. That's the difference about the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette, is that they learn so much about themselves that really has nothing to do with dating, and that their lives are not over yet. I think it's, watching it this year, and like, they're like, a lot of the people were like less than 10 years older than me, and like really put it in perspective when they were talking, and they realized, like, like, you can miss somebody and like, things can happen in your life, but that doesn't mean that your life is over yet. I really loved that. Stacy said, come to Madison, Wisconsin, and I'll drive down there and show you. Yay! Hannah said, Peter, loving the sun hitting your eyes are stunning. Oh, thank you so much. I have brown eyes, and my 4 brothers would tease me and say that mine were, poop brown, LOL. They have green eyes, and one has light blue eyes like yours. Minimalist said, Key West, it's a vibe. I know, can you believe I've never been there? Sarah said, I feel like Peter during his vlogs is the neighborhood police. I love it so much. Halsey said, they are painting my house all this week. I'm up early with Peter in my backyard. Hey, hope the painting gets done. Shannon said that the Sugar Cookie Native scents get a big thumbs up at their house. Oh, Christy said, hi, Peter. I know it's far and expensive, but you love Hawaii. People are talking about the Golden Bachelorette. Mariah said, love that you are covering Bachelor Nation. I've been watching a long time and listened. Should I do videos about it on my Peter Watches TV channel? I just don't know that anybody would care. Would anybody care? It's, Party at Moon Tower said, Peter, you crack me up with how nosy you are with the neighborhood. It's like you're Mrs. Kravitz. You know what's so funny about it, that when people say that, right? It's because I'm sitting here and I'm filming. And so you guys, look at that. If it wasn't for the candlelight, I would have no light out here right now. And so you guys see me as I'm like commenting on stuff, right? But when I talk to my neighbors, like, my neighbors are, like, they know so much more about that's going on in this neighborhood than I ever know. Like, they tell me stuff every day. Like, I was talking to my neighbor earlier, and she's like, did you hear about this? And I was like, how did you hear about that? She's like, I was working on the garden, and somebody walked by and told me. And I was like, they know so much more than I do. Like, in all honesty, it's the funniness of sitting on this porch, right, and watching people walk by. But, like, everybody tells me stuff. Like, I'm not going to say that I'm not a nosy person, because I am, but I definitely know a lot less than most of my neighbors know about the goings-on in the neighborhood. I honestly wish I knew a little bit more. I wish I was a little bit more nosy than I am, because I do have fun talking about it. Somebody said, I live in Clearwater, Florida. It's been close to 90 every day and beautiful. We also have some of the most stunning beaches in the world. Tanya loves that area of Florida. Come to Salt Lake City. Oh, I read this one last night. Gina said, or this morning I read it. I will be your personal tour guide. I can take you to all the places where the housewives of Salt Lake City eat. It is really beautiful. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're the one that told me I was, look, I'm still in my shorts.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
And you're still walking. She's the one that told me earlier. She was like, it's not summer anymore. Okay, the lighting is like really, really bad. So I gotta get off here now. But it was fun responding to some comments. I have not done that in a while. All right, so I'm gonna get off here. I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Friday and a fantastic, I mean, I guess I could go in and turn the lights on, but I'm kind of talked out after 5 videos. So, and I haven't decided yet. I'll probably end up taking a walk for at least a little bit. But this is the thing. It's like the same thing with making videos. If I say I'm going to walk, the other night I told Alex, I said I'm only going to walk for probably 20 or 30 minutes. I ended up walking for like an hour and 22 minutes. I think the other night I said something about like, I walked like, I don't know what, but that was the night that I walked an hour and 22 minutes. I'm writing it all down. I'm keeping track. But anyway, so I don't know, but I hope that you're having a magically amazing Friday. If nobody, and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and watch lots of shows, have lots of fun, relax a lot, and it's going to be a very relaxing weekend. I love you guys. Well, it's not Friday. Is it Saturday? Oh my God, it's Saturday. The weekend's half over. Have a magically amazing Saturday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow's a book club, and tomorrow's my favorite day of the week. So you get relaxed, rejuvenated, refreshed, and renewed for the week ahead. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.